Corruption prevention is not just about identifying risks and managing them. There's a lot of control inherent in just doing a really good job. So an example of that is obtaining demonstrable value for money. If we're getting genuine, demonstrable value for money, there's not a lot of room for corruption in that equation. Corruption doesn't produce good procurement outcomes. It generally produces favouritism in supplier selection, poor performance, unwarranted variations, cost blowouts and so on. So if we can ensure that we're getting demonstrable value for money, then we're going to be simultaneously spending taxpayers' money well and also preventing corruption from occurring. Now, to achieve that, we need to get 4 fundamental things right. The first one is to understand our need. If we don't understand our need, then we end up buying whatever a supplier wants to sell us, whatever they've got surplus stock of, whatever they make the best profit on, and we don't necessarily get our underlying need met adequately. So if we understand our need really well, that allows us to develop specifications that we can then use to ensure that we get that good value for money. Now, once we've understood our specifications, we can go to the market and work out what price we should be paying. So our second fundamental is price. If we don't understand the price, then we can be ripped off. It's as simple as that. We can be ripped off either by our own staff who are recommending procurements that are overpriced and we get overserviced and overcharged, or we can be ripped off by unconscionable suppliers who overcharge us. So we need to go to the market and work out what we really should be paying, what the true market price is. So having established our need, having established what we should pay, we now have the right things we need to be able to allocate to the right supplier. Now, allocation is the third fundamental. We need to be able to have a robust process that helps us to establish who the most likely provider is to deliver a value for money solution. We can only really do that if we've got good specifications, we understand the price. So having that robust process in place helps us to eliminate both conscious and unconscious biases. It helps us to eliminate favouritism of a corrupt nature, but also unintended favouritism. Now, the fourth fundamental is our delivery. We might have selected the supplier most likely to deliver a value for money outcome, but we don't actually get that value for money until we get what we paid for. And that takes us back to our understanding of need. It's those criteria that we've established in the need area which tell us what our success criteria are when we're looking at delivery. So we need to be able to independently verify as much as possible that we actually got what we paid for. So if we get those 4 fundamental things right, we've got a need that we've understood, we understand the market and what price we ought to be paying, we've got a robust process for selection of our successful candidate, and we've got genuine delivery of what we needed, there is not a lot of room there for corruption to occur.